our lives, you get a finite amount of days, right? Like you're going to die someday. The thing about humans are like, it's a weird thing where we are a creature of nature, but we seem to be, we don't really know because we can't get into their brains, but we seem to be the only creature that knows that it's going to die. It's like this kind of scary thing because, like, animals, they just die. They're like, they're not, it doesn't seem like the deer out there eating the grass going, man, someday this is going to be over and I'm not going to be in this pasture, right? Like they're just eating grass. They're just doing their thing. And then one day they die, right? Yeah. Whereas humans, we go about our lives and we know deep down that this is only temporary and that our lives are so fragile. And like you think of Leandro Lowe, like you could die at any moment. I remember someone asked me that earlier that week, they said, Chewy, what are you afraid of? And I was like, a death that I'm not prepared for. Because it's like, if I get like diagnosed with something and I can mentally get ready for it, put everything into place and be, all right, I'm going to do, this is going to happen, rather than just like one day, it's like, boom, car wreck or something. You just don't know. Right. And that's just the reality of life.
It's freaky, man.
It's freaky. And so we have this fragile life. And so you only have a finite amount of days and you don't know when that's going to end. Right. And every day you wake up, you've got a finite amount of energy. You only get so much every single day. Right. And most of us that like do our own sort of work, we know like there's a point where you're tapped out. Like you couldn't possibly work anymore. Right. It just happens some days. And so you get a finite amount of energy. Why spend that energy on anyone else? Like for me, it's like, why spend that energy trying to get a cheap ego boost that isn't worth anything when I could have taken that energy and put it towards improving myself, where I could take that critical lens that I'm viewing someone else's life from and saying like, how could I improve? What could I do better? What kind of struggles and obstacles do I need to overcome? Because we all got them. We all have different ones we all got to overcome. What can I do to grow stronger, to be better, to improve at what I'm doing? And so that's my deal with it. Like it's one of these things where jiu-jitsu is supposed to help you gain that perspective, like that, like you put the burden on yourself and you improve yourself, and that everybody's going to lose someday and whatever else. And it just is what it is. But instead you're having this thing where it's like people are just, they eating it up. And again, it's a masterful job by Gordon as an entertainer, right? It's like he's basically created these little teams and stuff like that. Same thing for Pina. They're both got their little teams.
Sure,
They're both talking trash about each other. And so you got these teams and these people are just squabbling because they get so self-identified. My thing is again, avoid that herd mentality, right? Enjoy the match, enjoy it, but don't get sucked up into that stuff. Because you see these threads where people are going back and forth for hours with each other. They literally wasted hours of their life fighting for people that they don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
People they've never met, people they never meet. It's like, so why not just say, I'm going to enjoy this whole entertaining spectacle and then I'm going to get back to my life.
Yeah.